The biggest dilemma that the empath faces is the choice between these two plans of action. Do this, one consequence happens. Take this decision, a completely different consequence happens. Nonetheless, there are consequences between these two fundamental choices that the empath, the INFJ, the kind, generally kind human being, the HSP has to make. It's more than a dilemma. It's a conundrum. And I'm going to invite you to fasten your seatbelts because this is going to be pretty raw, blatantly honest. It could be potentially offensive for some of you because I'm not going to hold back. I'm not going to be politically correct. I'm going to say what I truly think in a way that might be harsh, but it is honest and it is delivered with love and compassion, but raw, honest truth. So there are two choices that the empath has to decide. Am I going to be authentically me, which means I'm going to be compassionate, I'm going to be understanding, I'm going to be infinitely patient, I'm going to be forgiving. That's who I am, that's what I do. That's how I show up in the world. I take the high ground. I walk away from situations. I don't create conflict. I don't ruffle feathers. I please people. I accommodate people. And that feels good because you're living in alignment with the core essence of your soul. You are a good human being. But the challenge with that is, by being those things, you will invite the consequence of being taken advantage of and being abused. It's inevitable. As soon as somebody shows kindness, compassion, patience, forgiveness, it's a sign for people, this is somebody that I can walk all over. You might not necessarily be a people pleaser. The odds are you are. So you're basically letting the world know, come and take advantage of me because I'm going to be patient and understanding. That's your authentic you. And it's a beautiful thing. However, the question now comes for yourself. By being this, by being authentically me, am I able to handle the consequences, which is being taken advantage of, being abused, etc., etc., etc. It's painful because we get sick and tired. It hurts to be taken advantage of, to be violated. And that doesn't include the narcissist who is going to devour your soul, knowing that you're compassionate and they can repeatedly abuse you. You're going to seek understanding and find validation why, it was probably me. I was overreactive. I was too sensitive. And you're going to take the accountability of the narcissist. So now there's that choice. I'm going to be these things. Here are the painful consequences. Okay? All right, this is where now it starts to get a little bit intense as we shift to option number 2. And I'm going to go, once I share this option number 2, I will go back and forth between the two to show the contrast and the dynamics. It's kind of like the Matrix. Do I take the red pill or do I take the blue pill? Before I dive into number 2. Regardless of the pill that you take, the red or the blue, the decision is neither right nor wrong. It is neither good or bad. It is neither better or worse. It is simply a decision. Both pills have a consequence. All right, so let's get to action step number 2. You don't take the high ground in discussions. You're not forgiving. You're no longer infinitely patient and understanding. And you are ruthless in your self-preservation, in your boundaries, in putting people in their place, in holding people accountable for bad behavior, specifically the narcissist. All right, so you're ruthless. You have abused me, and now I'm going to get, as my favorite phrase, I am now going to get medieval on your bum. Let's break that down. Why do people abuse you? Going back to that kind, compassionate, why do people abuse the empath and really kind people? Because they know they're going to get away with it. Now I'm going to get a little bit socio-political. Now we're looking at the macro version of this situation. In every part of history, where there has been an oppressor and an oppressed, why is the oppressor victorious? Yes, some of you are going to get philosophical and maybe new age and spiritual and say, yes, but long-term karma, yes, yes, and yes. However, in the meantime, in the present, history has repeated itself. The oppressor, let's take the oppressor as the narcissist, the bully, a collective narcissist. Let's take the English. We could select any colonial power as a metaphor, as an analogy with the narcissist. They bully, they plunder, they pillage, they abuse, they rape, they violate. They fuck up shit. They take shit. And what happens? For the most part, the oppressed people were kind. They were trusting, they were understanding, they were forgiving. Where could I start? Let's take, I live in America, in the United States. Let's take the violation of the native Indians. Along comes this guy, Christopher Columbus, who claims to have discovered this land, yet there were already people there. And the natives there are trusting, they're kind, they're understanding, they're forgiving. They offer their food and their dwellings and resources to these invaders, not yet knowing that they are going to abuse them, that they are going to fuck up their shit. They're going to take their community, they're going to rape their wives, kill their children, burn down their villages. And when the oppressor arrives and they bully them a little bit, they're still understanding, they're still patient. We must be more spiritual, we are above this. And who wins? The bully. Because for the most part, the kind, the gentle, the forgiving are meek. They are timid. They are weak. We can say it's just perception from the bully. But if the bully perceives you to be weak, you are the perfect victim. And they will keep doing it over and over and over again. They will keep violating your rights. They will keep raping your women. They will keep killing your children, burning down your villages until what point? Until you stand up and fight back. So this is now action number 2. There's been understanding was action number 1. Action number 2 is you fight back, but wait, there's more. You fight back. You confront the bully, the narcissist, the oppressor. You confront them. You hold up their shit in the mirror and you say, this is wrong. And they're going to say, well, no, you're the one, look at you, you're causing trouble. We just came here to educate you and to give you, no, you are violating my people. And as a result, I am able and willing to not only hold you accountable, I will get as dirty and nasty and ugly and ruthless as you. Now imagine, if the oppressor had known that these people were as nasty and ruthless as them and not as forgiving and not as timid and not as passionate and not as enabling and as accommodating, they wouldn't have invaded in the first place. Case in point, go back to the Cold War. America would think twice before doing anything against Russia, right? Because they knew that Russia, that guy and those people in Russia, they're kind of fucked up. If we press this button, they're going to press another button. Now, we can't play that game. Oh, but these other countries over here, they're not going to say anything. They're going to fall over and we're going to take advantage of them. We're going to rape their women, burn down their villages, take their resources. It's easy. Once the oppressor has understood, the narcissist has understood you are in victim mode, you're not going to fight back, it's game on. Until they know you are willing to get nasty and dirty, equally as nasty and dirty as they are, they will think twice. But because your nature and demeanor on a daily basis is not that, they see you as prey. They see you as the perfect victim. Oh, look, that person's kind. Oh, they're forgiving. Oh, shut up. They're compassionate. They have a shitload of empathy. Oh my God, they forgave me again? They're going to give me another chance? Oh my God, this is a field day. Hoorah! Let's do it. And then here's what happens. I mentioned living authentically your kind, passionate self, right? So remember that word, living authentically, because that's the operative word here. Living in alignment with the essence of who you are. But here's the flip side of the coin that people don't think about. Take any empath, take any INFJ, take any human being. When pushed too far, everybody reaches a breaking point when they turn into the Hulk and they fuck shit up. Everybody has that breaking point. You've been there. You've been pushed to a point where you got angry, to a point where you didn't even recognize yourself. Maybe you got enraged about something. Maybe it was that one straw too many, that one bridge too far, that one drop, that fill in all those cliches. We've all reached that breaking point where enough is enough. Basta, basta, basta. Ça suffit. J'en ai plein le cul. Godverdikke zeg. Nu is genoeg, eh? We've all reached that breaking point. So that means that level of anger and defense and defiance and self-preservation is in you. It's already in you. So becoming that thing doesn't mean you suddenly are out of alignment. You've just tapped into a part of you that you have suppressed. And this is part of the ammunition of the narcissist, of the bully, of the oppressor. They know you're capable, because oftentimes what happens is when they feel that breaking point coming, they back off. Ooh, they take it easy for a little bit. They reel you back in. They gaslight you in a different way. Now they're going to reseduce you into becoming that soft, gentle, tender version of yourself. But they know that that breaking point is there. But they're going to push you and push you and push you until they either feel it or see it coming. But they know it's in you. So it is a part of your authentic, genuine self. So now the question becomes, which of those two are you? I'll rephrase it. The solution ultimately is this. You honor this part of you. So you take the red pill, let's say, and you don't create conflict and confrontation and you say nothing and you live with the consequences. Or you take the blue pill and you fight back, you get outright nasty, back in their face, throw sand in their eyes, kick them in the balls, in the bollocks, you know what I mean? He bloody kicked me in the balls, didn't he? But you've got to let people know that you are, fundamentally this is it, you've got to let people know, I can get to that point when I choose. And that could be right now or it could be tomorrow. But beware, because I can and will fuck you up if I have to. Who knew that part of this podcast was going to be in French? You've got to be willing to tap into that medieval part of you like that. I'm going to take the Hulk. Now let's get even more romantic. Superheroes. Let's take Thor. Overall, Thor is a kind, gentle person. But he has this hammer. And when he needs to use it, he will smash shit up. And people know that. So they don't mess with him. And those who do mess with him get messed up. Bruce Lee. Same thing, same philosophy. Bruce Lee will avoid combat. But he lets people know, immediately you cross the boundary, I will kick the shit out of you. When he needs to. And he sends a clear message. I'm all about peace. I'm not going to use my weapons until I need to. But my weapons are within reach at any given moment, at any given time that you dare to violate me. And then enter the dragon, baby. The fight is on. So in other words, you've got to live with your authentic self. But if you don't like the consequences, you've got to take the blue pill and it's got to be on standby. You've got to take that pill and fight back and let the oppressor know you're narcissist, you're bully. If we get into politics, I'm not going to mention any names, but if you don't agree with what's happening, you've got a choice. I can say nothing, which is what they did in Nazi Germany. They said nothing. They didn't want to create conflict. They were compassionate, they were understanding, they were passive. Oh, I don't want to ruffle feathers. I'm going to take the high ground, I'm not going to fight back. You can say absolutely nothing. You can take the Mahatma Gandhi path. Civil disobedience, no violence, but I'm going to fight back. Using very strategic ways to fight back against the English. Or you can be more like Malcolm X, by any means necessary. Historically, think back. The English is the colonizers, right? Remember that Tea Party in Boston? At some point, the colonies, the Americans, decided enough is enough, now we're going to fight back, and by the way, your tea's now in the river. F you. How'd you like them apples, you dirty English bastards? Right? And of course, when you take action and you fight back, what did the English say? Those bloody troublemakers over there on the other side of the Pacific, we shall have to crush those bastards. Say what? Because they're viewed as the troublemaker. They're fighting oppression. And they will always be viewed as the bad people, because the narcissist always makes the victim look bad. Suddenly they become the victim. Oh my God, can you believe those Americans? They threw all those tea and they went to war after all we've done for them. Take history, take society as a collective, and understand the big picture and apply that to your life as the oppressed. You are the oppressed. As an narcissist, as an empath, as an HSP, you are the oppressed species, taken advantage of. So really, if you want to truly become empowered as an empath, I'm not promoting everyday game on, let's bring it, Queensbury rule, boxing. I say, oh Jap. What I'm saying is develop the ability to connect with your ruthless warrior, Bruce Lee, Batman, Superman, Tony Stark, you name it. All those superheroes who do good work are able to tap into this ruthless, emotionless, self-preservation, society-preserving entity that stands up for injustice and stands up for what is wrong, for the greater good. Because nothing was ever changed by remaining silent and sending out positive vibes. Thank you for listening to my Sigma Empath podcast rant, unfiltered, unedited, uncensored, filled with some nasty English curse words. Thank you for listening. I hope you get the message, and please go out there, become empowered empaths, empowered HSPs, because the way the world is going, it's reaching insanity. It is time to speak up. It is time to fight back, reclaim not only your power, but the collective power of the good people doing good things. Thank you. Oh, but did I mention my name is Vital Germain? I am author of the book Pink is the Color of Empathy. I'm a life coach, and I also wrote a book called The Empath Way. Check out more. Go to my website, vitalgermain.com. Bring it!